Maybe third time's a charm. Okay, I'm on here basically to pour out my new Pincushion Doll video e-pattern. I had made, if you follow me on Instagram, which you really should, because as I do my stuff, I show like process photos of what I'm working on. So links below, the video down here, that I had made some of these. I still have these left, and I had embellished these with knitting and crocheting, and some folks had asked if I was going to do a pattern. Well, I knew that there'd be very few people that would want to do the knitting and crocheting part, so I thought about it a little bit, and then just on a whim earlier this week I thought, what the heck, I'll do it. Doing patterns anymore is a real struggle for me. It's amazing I've done hundreds of them, because now it's just like, the worst part for me is having to write up all the directions and all. So I just did a video tutorial. There is the printed pattern pieces that you print out, but the rest of it you just watch the video to learn how to do this. And it's a 25-minute video, and hopefully there'll be some techniques that you haven't done. And at the end of the video is the staining, aging video, showing you how I mix mine to make them look aged. And then I tell you how I do my posable arms. They're weighted, so you can use them as a pin cushion, but you don't have to. There's many things you could do with these to use them for other things, and I think I'm going to do that, and just to give some other ideas, but I may work on that this week. I don't know, but if you want to spend 25 minutes crafting with me, go check this out. The link's below to get that. Also, this past week, since I was here last, went to watch my granddaughter for a few days, and while I was there, she wouldn't know if I'd knit her a scarf, so she picked out some of that mandala yarn. Whew, that stuff is thin. I had no idea it was so thin. So that took me a long time. I didn't get it done while I was there. I brought it back, but I finished that. I didn't take a picture of it before I sent it to her, but that took a long time. I think there's almost like 500 yards on that thing, that cake, and it takes like, I think it only takes either size 4 or 5 needles, but I bought size 6, either 5 or 6. I bought one size up from what that yarn calls for. It still took forever. And I really didn't like the way that yarn stripes out. It's weird. It had like 5 or 6 different colors, and you'd think it'd stripe out on each one, but it started repeating the ones before it ever did the others. So I would have had just that color at the end of the scarf. So it ended up being more work, because I wound it off the separate colors so I'd have it the same at each end. And even though my scarves that she liked had fringe, I didn't put fringe because I have cats, and I was afraid they might tear them up. So I did like ruffles at the bottom of hers. So whatever. You don't care, but I was just telling you what I've worked on since I was here. Then I made this. I actually took this to work on in the car because it's like 8 hours up there. The last time I was here, I had used this Loops and Threads Kaleidoscope yarn. There's 77 yards on it. I had bought 7 different colors of this, and I had done that striped infinity scarf that I showed last time I was here, and I just randomly changed colors, and I did it on size 13 needles, and then I just crocheted a border around it. There's a picture on my Instagram, which I'll put the link below to my Instagram feed, and then in the last video I talked about working on it. I think I had it done. I think I even showed it. Well, I had so much yarn left, and I'd mentioned then that I wouldn't mind having a cowl out of this. Well, my cowl got crazy and got carried away. I was going to do it in the round, and it was just supposed to be kind of a slouchy cowl. Well, it grew. But I don't even know what you'd call this, like maybe a little ponchette. Let's stand up. So it rides up. I haven't blocked this though, but it gives you an idea. So anyway, I think I'm gonna put one of those lingerie yeah, I think that's how you say it, bags, and just run it through the washer, but not dry it. When I take it out, it'll still be damp, and I think I'm gonna pin it. See if I can pin this down a little bit. I mean, even it goes up, I still like it, but I think I like it better down over the boobs. But I did. I don't know how many I cast on because I don't know what I'm doing. There's no way in hell I can follow a pattern, so that's why my stuff ends up looking like this, because I don't know what I'm doing. But I just cast on in the round, and then I started out stockinette because I knew from watching videos and just experience that stockinette rolls, and I like that. So I just did stockinette, and then when I ran out of that color, I did some garter stitch, and then I did stockinette again, and I just kept randomly going. Well, it was getting, of course, it was so wide, but it wasn't wide enough to like double wrap, but it was going to be way too wide if I didn't start decreasing. I had no idea how to decrease, so I just kind of decreased like I would when I was crocheting. That's why it gets kind of roughly looking right here, which I don't care. And I mean, I could probably block that out, but I don't care. And I'm going to just leave that. And so I started decreasing where you see this kind of gathering up. I'm sure there's a way to do that where that wouldn't have puckered, but don't care enough to find out. And then I just, after I got it to that point, I kept kind of putting it on, and then I just quit decreasing, went straight up. Well, I just did a bind off. Went and tried it on. Couldn't even get it over my head, and I've got a little head, and I thought, well, son of, here I've spent all this time on this. No way in hell am I going to undo all this. So I remember watching other YouTube videos. They talked about a Judy's surprisingly stretchy bind off or something like that. I may not have that name right, but I looked at it and there was lots of videos showing how to do that. I don't think I did it quite like they were saying, but whatever I did, it did make it stretchy. So this is it. And then it was plenty long because if I pulled it up, so I didn't need to go up with any more blue, and I had enough blue left, and I'm the type I hate to waste. I still have blue left, but I can use that fringe on something else because I just wanted a random sporadic fringe. When I first tried to put it on, I rolled this down and put it on. Well, then when it flipped up, it just stuck straight up. So I just left it rolled over, and I just randomly put some around. They're not even the same lengths, and I'm sure they're not even, but good enough. And then the only other thing I've worked on this week, of course, I didn't even get back to town until, what, late Monday? Yeah, late Monday. And I finished her scarf because I wanted to get in the military because it is cold there. And where she lives, unless it's below 0, they have to go out for recess. And so I wanted to get that sent. And then I did this. And then late at night, all I've been doing is I had started this last time, and so this is growing. It's going to just be another blanket. I'll probably always have one of those on the hook. It's using that Hirschner's 2-ply Afghan yarn. If you go to their site and go to the yarn value, I think it's value packs or something. It's the 2-ply, and I have 28 different colors. I think I'm on the 12th color. So I think by the time, and I'm doing 2 rows of each, by the time I use all 28 colors, it may be big enough. So just working on that at night, something mindless that I can just do and watch YouTube or whatever. I think I'm going to do something different with this and maybe come up with a few little things. I think maybe this coming week, it's going to be Thanksgiving. Turkey Day. I'm going to be a big old turkey. I turned 60 Thanksgiving Day. Wow. Whew. And so that will be happening. And then Freaking Fracky, if you don't know who that is, look back at some of the older YouTube videos or read my blog, which the link's below for that. They should be introducing themselves at the end of the month or the first of next month. Then we have Christmas and all that. But I think this week I might try to make up some snowmen of some kind. Don't know, but just wanted to check in. Go get this. Come spend some time with me. We can craft together. See ya.